Thank you. He understands visuals better than any.
These guys are abandoned. Now this is the Red Hat. Why the Red Hat Society? I see them, but they make. Why do we call it that?
Because we wear red hats unless we're doing Halloween.
Okay, and then you party on hard on.
And the Red Hat Society is ladies over 50 who just want to have fun.
Ooh,
But
my
we
favorite.
lied about
Yeah.
our age to get in.
Is she from Great Britain or?
No, but she's a bacon.
Okay.
There's the egg. She's
Oh,
the
okay.
and there's
Bacon
the
and egg. It's all starting to come together. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now sit down. You make me nervous, Harrison. Okay. Now let's pay attention for a minute. My name, as you may have heard, is Robert Flischel. And I'm trying to turn my life around, so let's treat me with a little respect. No, I went to Purcell.
Okay.
Yeah, okay?
Bobby Pfeiffer.
Bobby, you can call me that. Okay, here's what we're going to talk about tonight because I know you're interested. The art of storytelling. Got it? Do you want to know anything about it?
We have to tell our husbands something.
Yes, okay. Phil, this is going to be, they're already ornery, okay?
This one, you gotta watch.
Okay, so here's how we tell the story of storytelling. First of all, you can thank Sheila right now. Those flights from Vegas are not cheap, and I've been brought in from Nevada. So, I started getting interested in telling stories. Is that my phone? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I just made a little money. Just keep that under our... That's a Venmo ping, okay? Just so you know. I want to get this away because that could go off all night long. So, I got interested in telling stories because as a kid I was addicted to my sister's Nancy Drew mystery novels. And I thought those were mesmerizing stories. So anyway, then when I grew up a little bit more, I would read the paper. She's nodding off. And your name is?
Nancy.
Nancy, listen. Right here. So I would read the newspaper and I'd have 20 questions after I read the article. I'd think, wait a minute. I'm reading that to get answers. Come right in, Bradley. I'd like you to sit up front. He's a very distinguished photojournalist, and I learned most of my storytelling technique from Brad. And then this is the Florence Nightingale Society of West Norwood. Yeah, they're very devoted to helping others. Okay. So anyway, I had more stories, more questions than answers when I would read these articles. And so when I got older, I studied photography. And then, boy, the headlights are on me, Phil. Look at that. And that brings me to a story. Do you see the headlights back there?
Yeah.
In 1967, there was a movie made called In the Heat of the Night with Rod Steiger. Did you see it, Sidney Poitier? Who saw it?
We're not old enough.
Oh, yeah. And in the beginning of the movie, all of a sudden, a car pulled up and stopped abruptly, and the headlight was on, and then it slowly dimmed out. And since then, almost every movie maker in the world copies that shot. In one way, they try and improve on it. They try and copy it. The other thing they do you see this? I think it was, who did that, Brad? Was it Spielberg or somebody, or was it Polanski? Somebody did the ceiling fan, And now every movie you see will have a ceiling fan shot in it. And they're all trying to, at one time, pay homage to the man or woman that did that. And they're also trying to get a better ceiling fan shot. So every movie you see, you may have a headlight shot, a ceiling fan shot, and don't forget you have the reflections off the car window shot. There's always a shot of reflections off the car window, and there's always one of circles of confusion. Now, Brad, will you explain circles of confusion to the nice ladies? No, I want to hear from you.
He's not prepared.
I missed that part of the class.
Okay, the class, here it is. When you shoot a picture, if the background's out of focus, sometimes there'll be sparkly things like lights and circles in the background. That's called circles of confusion. So they'll want to throw that in there too. Now, the other part of storytelling that I'm very interested in is the famous backstory. Describe the backstory to me. Your name is Lillian?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Phyllis.
Phyllis, you explain that to me. There's a door prize after, so just hold on, okay? Okay, I'll help Lillian. Phyllis. The backstory is the nightmare that occurs behind every good story. So, behind every good story, there's a lot of fighting and carrying on and yelling and, things of that nature behind the scenes. And take, for instance, who saw the movie Jaws about the big shark? Okay, I teach that movie in every class I ever teach. And do you know why? Thank you. Well, Steven Spielberg, who grew up right up the street, Avondale. Okay, that away. I speak 5 different languages too. Well, no, I speak Oakley, Cincinnati, Claremont County, and I speak British. And you know how to speak British. You open a drawer up, hello. That's how you speak British, okay? Hello. So he got this big chance to do a movie about a best-selling book called Jaws. And the year was 1971? 72. She's slick. So I saw it right up the street at the big theater in Bond Hill or Roseland. What was it called?
Valley.
The Valley, the famous Valley. And what happened was he said to himself, oh my God, I got this big movie to do. And if I do it my way, it'll be a total flop and failure. But if I do it the way that I learned in my first class at the University of Southern California Film School, it will be a big hit. So he had to go against his instincts because he was so advanced with technique and trickery and coolness and all that. He was so advanced, he felt that if he did it hip, slick, and cool, it would not be as good as if he went and did the building blocks of storytelling. And you are Marie? Okay, Marie, here are the building blocks of storytelling. There are 3 shots. This is called the establishing shot, right? That tells the big story. This is called the normal shot. And why do they call it normal? Because what you see before your hands get fuzzy is called normal vision. When your hands start to get fuzzy, it ain't normal no more. That's Norwood. Okay, I'm sorry. Oakley is, where do you live at, boy? You know. And so, anyway. So, then the other shot is the detailed shot. Robert, have a seat there. He's a legend in Cincinnati. He used to operate, what was that fancy hotel? Next to the valley?
Oh, the carousel.
The Carousel. This is, yeah, I bet you did. So, the three shots: establishing, normal, and detail. So all he did, if you watch the movie with the sound off, he interspersed those three shots through the whole movie. And guess what else was happening? The script was terrible. The script writers didn't do a good job. And so they had such bad weather up, it was at Martha's Vineyard, or there's another island up there, Nantucket. I want you ladies to stay away from there. Okay. But anyway, the weather was so bad that all the actors and director and producers would get together in the cottages when they were waiting out the rain, and they worked on the script. They cleaned it up. They fixed it. They made it a real story. That's the secret. You've got to chop, chop, chop if you're going to tell a story. I had this experience. The first book I ever did, we wanted to hire this famous architectural historian, no names, to write the architectural historian piece. And he agreed to do it. He said, well, I need a new roof, so I need $5,000. And I said, well, we can do that. Then he said, and the other thing is I like total control of the project. And I said, how does you're fired fit with total control of the project? And so he was fired. And then about a week later, I went back up to him. I said, okay, I need you. You got to do it. And so he turned in 30 pages of the most horrific writing I've ever seen in my life. But the shocker was, in the 30 pages, I saw the story in there. I said, there it is. And so the managing editor and myself edited that story 15 times, 15, cleaning it up. And when the book came out and he read it, he said, my God, did I write this? And I said, kinda. Yeah. But we fixed it up. So when you're looking at a book, or you're reading a magazine, or you're going to a movie, or you're looking at a photo essay, you've got to be looking for the story, and it's got to mean something to you. Because if you can't understand what they're trying to say, that's a tip-off. Now, how do you do that? Yes, question?
Yes. In the movie Jaws, where does the scene of crushing of the can fit into what you're describing? The beer can.
Oh, the beer can.
Yes.
Oh. I think that, to be very honest, I don't have an answer for that. Maybe Phil or Brad? Okay. At this point in time, we will meet privately after the lecture. Okay. And we'll go.
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
What year was it?
It was a Budweiser Light. What was it?
Nantucket.
Oh, have a seat there, mister. We're so honored to have him here. We went to high school together, and he, unlike myself, has never been in prison. So this is, yeah, he's a very tough guy. So
Yeah, I have the wrong name, Nan something. I mean, it was,
it's Nantucket, and I don't want to get the women doing, little, what do you call those little, there once was a, little limericks. We're not going to do any Nantucket limericks. Yes. Okay. Now, I would welcome any question you might have. Okay. So anyway, how's it holding up? Is it working for you? I mean, is there? I don't want anybody screaming, running out of the room. Okay. Okay. So here's the deal. So you've got to have the story. Now, you'll be so kind, Phyllis, as to hold that. Do not look at it. No, I'm kidding. So when I was up at Ohio State trying to do a book there, I made this little drawing because I thought, what am I trying to say? And the title of the book was The Ohio State University, get it? Pathways to the Heart and Mind. You hold that. So I was trying to think, what makes these crazy Buckeye people tied to this university their whole life? How many here are Buckeye people? Yes. Marcia? Yeah, it's all right. But what makes that school create a lifelong bond between attendee and the university? It's, well, she said football, but it actually is a lot more than that. Here's football. Where is it? Oh, I didn't even list it. The Ohio Buckeye Athletic Heritage. There it is. But it's also the symbols, the doorways, the architecture, the history, the oval, the mirror lake. And so all these things weave together. And that's what a story is. It's woven information that creates a meaningful experience for the observer or the reader or whatever. You could pass that around. Don't get any cheese dip on it. And so what have I, okay, I told that story. Oh, here's the other thing. Storytelling. Sometimes the danger is you get so close to the story that you can't see the forest for the trees. That's right. And so you're so close to it, you can't see the important parts. And that's when, I'll show you this example. This is one of the most famous photographic books in the history of photographic books. There's a Austrian, I'll pass this around. There was an Austrian photographer named Ernst Haas. And he was not good. He was fantastic. Just fantastic. And he explored color. In fact, he sent me a note, 1977, because I asked him, how do I become a better photographer? He said, shoot more pictures. He said that in Austrian. Shoot more pictures. He didn't think of this book. He had a photo assistant that was organizing his slides on a big light table in his New York studio. And the daggone assistant No offense, no offense. These are current and former assistants of mine who are making gigantic amounts of money. Just gigantic. And so, there it is. So what happened was his assistant said to his boss, who said to Ernst, do you know that you've told the story of creation? It's on your light table. He was so close to it that he didn't know that. But anyway, this book went on to sell tons. So that happens, okay? And why do we have other people do our proofreading for our stories? Because your eyes have become unable to see typos. Because you have stared at it so long that you can't see the typos. So you have Sally Ann.
On your poster,
Where is it?
development.
Well, now see, but that's how I spell it, lady. And I would really appreciate it. No.
I'm proving your point for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Once the brain goes. Okay. What happens is you need an outside person to see it fresh. And then you will see the story. You can eat that hamburger, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Now I'm going to ask if you have, at this point in time, let's check our time. What? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, we're going to go till 7:35, and then there'll be a quiz. And then, are there any questions at this point in time? Yes.
So what if the person that's reviewing your potential typos is just wrong and like has a bad opinion? Do you just have multiple people?
Multiple people. Multiple eyes on the prize, okay? In some places, they let the people read in the department, and they give them $50 for every typo they find. So they have cash incentives, and then because you could pass that book around. She's trying to slip out with it. You got to watch everybody. Have you passed that around? Thank you. Okay. Now, so these are books I'm working on now. This is a book on the famous art collection of Cincinnati Public Schools. This is a book I've worked on for 7 years. It's a description, and Brad is featured in it. Some of his pictures just cry like a baby when you see them. But it's using 25 great photographers to tell the story of poverty in this region from 1900 to present day. And then this is a book about all the animals in the zoo as seen by the zoo volunteer photographers. There's 7 of them, and they're like you. They're regular people, and on the weekends they shoot pictures of the animals. So I'm editing a book of pictures for that. And this is my study of Cincinnati parks. I'll tell you where there's one heck of a park. It's right down the street. It's called Lindner Park. Who has not been there?
We all have.
Sheila, have you been down to Lindner Park?
Me, yes.
Yeah. It's she needs some more whiskey.
It's right up around the rock. Right up.
My daughter saw a picture I took of it, and she wrote back, "Is that real?" I said, "That's real. You know, that's real." And so At this point in the program, I'd like to ask if you have any questions of a personal nature. Have I ever taken a loan from a, what they call payday loan? Yes, okay. I've done that. I have things at Ted's Pawn Shop right now. Photography's a tough business, and the family money's gone. We ran right through that. My mother and dad left us, get this, $145, split 5 ways. So as you can see, I do, on a typical month, 20 or 30 of these talks, and I make just a boatload of money. No, I'm just making all this up right now for Phil. This is all fiction. But anyway, any questions about stories?
Thank you. Thank you.
Marcia, ask anything. Wait.
So do you do,
Oh,
do
Nant.
you do photography all the time?
Yes.
Or do you teach? Or
No, I've done all the above, but mainly I do pictures all the time. Brad is semi-retired, but he's in almost every major museum in the world for his art, his photography art. Okay? And, yeah, what?
Oh, this is a question. Sorry, I finished this and then.
Yeah. That hand, when that hand goes up, don't do it partially. I did that at an auction. We were selling our family's antique piano, and I just hated to see it go. And so to pump up the price, I kept, guess who bought it? My dad, and he used cuss words for a Navy guy that were new, unique, and unusual that I'd never heard of. I don't want to haul that. Okay, anyway, so you have a question.
I don't have any.
Okay, you better think one up or you're not leaving.
How long does it take you to write a book?
Well, for me to do a photo book with all the parts, this one is in its 7th year. This one is in its 3rd year of development. This one, I have a collection of over 50 years, and we're going to be working on that soon. This one is years and years. The first half of this book was the art and architecture of Cincinnati Public Schools. It was called An Expression of the Community. And that took 20 years to photograph 50 historic schools. And the Ohio State book took 3 years to do. And walking at that campus with 40 pounds of equipment. So, now, yes.
I have do you prefer, as an artist, color or black and white in photography?
Okay, both. The black and white photographers like Brad will say, black and white are the colors of photography. But I am a colorist. In fact, I have a book on that. Oh, these books. One of you is going to walk out with a door prize tonight. This is my personal photography. It's called Colorist because that's the first wife she said to me, if you're going to take my picture, let me get these pink slippers off. I said, no, the blue slippers stay. You can pass that around. Yeah, don't dog ear the pages. Okay?
Are you from Cincinnati?
Yes, I'm from
Do you have
Oakley.
these, any of these at the public library?
They're all throughout the public library corrections. Oh, she's on the staff of the Lloyd Library,
I used to be.
the legendary, one of the more famous libraries in the whole world, and no one has heard of it or knows about it. It's right next to the cathedral. He runs the cathedral downtown. Just in case you want to know, Monsignor, I appreciate you coming. Yes, Brad?
Film or digital?
I've done both. I love that touchdown. That was great. But I love digital and I love film. And a lot of this is film, but I'll tell you one thing. I love them both because for me, it's just the excitement that I feel taking pictures is that I want to lose myself in the process. You like the hand activity? Yes. Okay. Now, yes.
I saw an article yesterday. One of the Sunday shows, film is making a comeback.
Yes.
The film cameras are selling off the shelf, and they can't keep in stock. The film's making a comeback. I told my wife, I said, I knew that.
It is true. There is a comeback, but I won't be coming back because you just have to buy film and pay to have it processed. And so when I found out that pixels are free,
Oh, it's changed everything.
yeah, it's
Photography.
yeah.
You can take as many as you want for free and edit them.
Yeah.
I couldn't go back.
So how many have fun with the camera here? She does. She does. He does. I know he does. He does. This one does. Any fun? This one does. Anyway, the key is, are you having fun? That's the key. Now, the last thing I'm going to say before I close is, oh, you know what that is? That's a storyboard. That's how you build a book. You storyboard it because you can stand back and say, well that ain't right. I got to move A over here to G. And I got to kill that shot. And you think, oh, I'm going to murder that picture that I thought I was in love with. Guess what? You find out once it's gone, you don't miss it a bit. That's called photo editing. So I think I've driven home some key concepts because I've seen I've looked deeply into your personal expressions, and I've seen how that you have internalized these concepts and are ready to go out on your own now and make you some real money. And so, okay. Yes, Brad.
I want to hear one of your favorite backstories.
Okay, here's the greatest backstory of all time. And it involves a certain monster. Have you ever seen Young Frankenstein with so-and-so and such and such? What's his name?
Those people. Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder. Okay, here's the backstory. This is a quick backstory. He wanted to do it in black and white, and he was going to do it in black and white. And then the producers lined up and said, well, you ain't going to do it in black and white. This is 1982. We're doing it in color. That's an LA accent, in case you're wondering. Okay. And so, guess what? They did it in black and white because he insisted. Another backstory is, what did Marlon Brando stuff in his cheeks during the making of The Godfather? So he could sound, what?
Spaghetti.
No spaghetti. What was it? Was it cotton? Cotton. And then the last backstory, a quickie. The last there was a movie made. Oh, it's grim. It's really grim. It's called Chinatown. Wow. Did you love that? Oh, let me tell you. That's a grim little movie, but my God, the actors, the storyline, the photography, the directing, the editing, all of it. If you want to learn about pictures and how they're used, you can watch that. His favorite shot, and that was shot in, when was Sharon Tate killed? 69. It was shot, that was shot in 1970, 71. That's 53 years ago. His favorite shot in the whole movie is when there's a close-up on somebody in an alley, and in the background you see somebody walking away, slowly going out of focus. And guess what? That shot is repeated in every movie now that you'll ever see. Every TV show on Netflix and Prime, every movie, they have used that same, either walking to you in more and more focus, or walking away in less and less focus. So with that, we're going to draw some numbers, or we could have a quiz and see who wins what. Now I will say something that it's kind of taboo, but I do have these books, and if you're thinking of any Christmas gifts for 20 or under, you can feel free to give me any form of currency or payment that you desire to, and we'll figure out how to get it, okay? That means Venmo, that means MasterCard, Visa, that means a check, and that means cold, hard cash, okay? IOUs, we do that also. I'm just saying, we don't have to, don't feel any pressure. But now we're going to ask a trick question. What is Indian Mound Avenue most famous for? What is it? She wins. God. Yeah, like duh, Indian Mound Avenue. Okay. She gets this book on Cincinnati I did. This is an epic book. You'll enjoy it. Yes.
No, I have no question.
Yeah, question. Yes, anytime. I'm not done giving free stuff away. That's called priming the pump. Okay? Okay. What? Question? Okay. The next trick question is, when I say the great yellow father, who am I referring to? The future? No. The great yellow father. Kodak. Okay, we go on to another question, okay? Kodak is our nickname for, because Kodak has helped all of us, even Brad, navigate the slings and arrows of photographic fortune. Okay, here's another question. Do you, I'm usually good at trick questions. Phil, you're going to edit some of this out, aren't you, buddy boy? Yeah. Do you have a secret question I can ask?
No.
Do you have a secret one I can ask? Okay. What's the capital of North Dakota? Who said that over here? Okay. Then you each get a prize. You were tied. Okay? I'm giving a color book to my friend from high school, and then for you, I'm giving you the Cincinnati book. Now that's the end of the freebies, okay? Now, the last chance to ask questions before we have a little commercial interlude. If anybody wants to get a Christmas gift, nothing over 20 and nothing under 20. So that means $20 if you want some, okay? Okay.
Well, see, now the person who found your typo should get a prize.
Well, you got a prize. The fact that I treated you with respect throughout.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I think, what time is it? I don't want him killing himself at the editing table.
7:42.
That's enough of me. Okay, you've been wonderful. The Florence Nightingale Society of Greater Norwood. Thank you.
Don't forget your phone.
I'm not forgetting that. Okay. Any questions? This is one of my fans who's driven a long way to come, and hopefully the American Express Gold. Okay, go ahead.
There seems to be a deeper meaning to a lot of your work. How do you find that?
It's called practice, 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 and stare, stare, stare. So I look at my work, and if it doesn't have some emotional impact for me, I'm not going to share a lot of it with you. It's got to be emotionally connective. Okay, now, what's your favorite song?
I will always love you.
Okay. Now, will you come up here and sing a few? Yeah, please. Hit it.
Sing the question. I will always love you. I will always love you.
Okay, now explain to the nice people where the hook is in that song.
That is the hook.
Oh, that's the hook!
But if I sing that, the beginning, then you're like, well, but now I got to hear the hook.
Okay.
That's the chorus.
Everything needs a hook. If you're going to do a book, if you're going to do a movie, if you're going to do a photo essay, you better have a hook. Sing some more of that, baby doll. Come on up here.
Really? Sing more of that?
Yes. What else can you spit out?
You want a different song?
Yeah.
You want a German song?
No, I want to dream the impossible dream. Get closer to
Do
me.
you want the hook?
Yeah, why not?
This is my quest to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause.
To be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And okay, that's enough. Okay, that's enough of this. Okay, I'm ending now, and I want to be out of here in time to watch some more of my British mysteries. So if anybody has any personal questions or wants to buy a Christmas gift, you have to approach me. Okay. Will you get it for me? I'm too weak. I'm sweating. Thank you. Okay. She's getting her wallet out. Look. Well, I went to pour. Phil, did you eat yet?
No, I need. I'm about to.
You need to, because Harrison, Harrison, that's Brad. He's a young assistant, and Phil is, they're both killer. But I'll make sure that you get their contact information. Yes. What? Those guys?
Yes.
She wants to know if you two studs are for sale. This one. She's just asking. They were marvelous. A couple were pointing at me and calling me names, but other than that,
You're used to that.
it was good. Yeah.
Do you have a pen? Are you signing?
I'm trying to get him to commit to a purchase, but I haven't succeeded.
Uh-oh.
Will you give your mother
I know, I need-
give your
I
mother
need-
20?
I need one.
Which one?
I need did you bring the one with the churches?
Yeah, I got it.
That's the one I need.
$20.
$20.
I'm going to sign it.
no, you're fine.
Yes? Would you like me to sign yours? Yes. Okay.
See, what books do you have with you?
I have Cincinnati, my personal one, Ohio State, UC, and
Any of these? They're not out yet.
no, I don't have these yet. But
okay.
if you wanted to be a patron of one of these, I could put your name in any of the books, and you could get it. I will do it for 20 instead of 50.
Okay.
Which one? You look at that. There'll be some. Okay, I'm going to sign this. Your first name is
Bonnie.
to Bonnie.
I got you.
Maybe. Not sure.
You must love Cincinnati.
I do. I'm a Cincinnati boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Is this
Maggie.
okay? To Maggie. To Maggie. Hey, bro. Do you mind if I'm left-handed?
Maggie.
Maggie. Best wishes. Look there.
What's your favorite British mystery? We watch them all the time.
Oh, I just finished a grim one called Sherwood.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it's so rough. We loved it. That's it for you.
Thank you.
Do you want Ohio State?
OH.
I-O! $20 for
You're
you.
authentic.
Yes, I'm very, very authentic.
Okay, so it's
Spell your first name for
it's
me.
Marlene. Marlene.
To M. You sure you left your husband over there unattended? M-A-R.
L-E-N-E, and put my name.
Okay.
M-A-S. Oh no, wait a minute. W-A-S-K-O. Wasco. W-A-S. It's my name.
K-O.
K-O. Okay. There you go. Oh God, it's on tape. You can edit that out.
Oh, she's got cold hard cash. I'm going to give you the Buckeye here.
Oh, perfect. Oh God, lovely. All right. The poison nut.
Yeah, well, it's a, let's see, Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Good. Okay.
It's a, not a very useful nut. Okay, good.
Hey, Brutus.
It's only 20.
I'm going to give you extra.
Oh, let me give you a little hug.
God. No, I was there when they were trying to name the nut.
Oh,
I was there.
oh,
And
don't
Brutus,
lose that.
And I will not.
I'll
Okay.
say hi on Facebook.
Okay,
Oh,
very good.
Fran, didn't I give you one of those? Oh, then I'm giving you one. Oh, good. Then I'll give you an extra. I'll give you an extra one, okay, that you can use as a gift. I ain't gonna work. Here, I'll take that. Thank you so much.
You'll take it.
Money's coming in left and right. I'm gonna get you an extra.
I have this picture because we traded. Remember we traded?
Yeah. Well, I'm to Brad. The best of all Flischel. And then I'm going to give you an extra one that doesn't have a mark on it. Okay, here. Oh, she's got a 20 out. Good. Thank you. You're so kind.
So who took that picture there? That's a great.
That's your friend and mine. What's her name?
Wilcox?
Yeah, I love her. Love her.
I actually really did work at the Lloyd.
Oh, the Lloyd. To Cheryl.
Well, you're a lefty.
lefty. I should
Yes.
have thought of that.
YL.
Yeah, you don't need any last name.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you came, Brad.
Now, if you ever need a proofreader or writer,
See,
I write the book review for the American Israelite newspaper.
oh, I love it. I will keep this because you understood everything I was
This was
saying.
very fun. This
Yes.
is my kind of thing.
Yeah.
More than going to a casino or something. I
Well, I'll go to
appreciate
the
writing.
casino with you if you. I mean,
This is actually just perfect entertainment.
oh, good. Thank you so much. See you. Give me a hug.
I enjoyed it, man. You kept them all entertained.
Well, it's not really the Florence Nightingale Society. It's called the Red Hat Society. You know?
Yeah, before.
Harrison, I want you to take a break, old buddy. He works like a slave. You got to get this kid in your Rolodex. Look.
I'm retired then. Thanks for the book there, Bob.
That was fun. Thank you for the support. How are you?
Good, good.
Wait, this is for Sheila. Sheila's going to buy this one. You're the best. Did you see that on Facebook? Andy. Yeah, I know. You know Bob Harpenow?
I was just trying to get like more B-roll.
He used to run the carousel. He's
It's like there's not really.
The Ohio State book.
yeah, I got it.
I think I'm gonna get one because I've got a whole in-law group of in-laws.
Oh,
All their kids go to high school. We got 3 up in there now.
yeah, well,
Go ahead and autograph it.
yes.
And
Wow, that book is an inspiration. The creation. He didn't know it. His assistant. Okay, I'll just sign it. I'll put the Buckeye leaf on there.
okay, do that.
Gift to the family. They'll appreciate it. This won national awards.
Did it
Oh
really?
yeah. Oh yeah.
When did that come out, Bob?
This came out 10 years ago, believe it or not.
Okay.
I'm going to put Go Bucks. Wow. This was fun.
They have.
Thank you.
All 4 of their 5 of their kids, 4 of their kids have gone to Ohio State. Get a picture of me and him together.
Yeah. That's Andy. He went to high school with me.
He was the smart one. I was,
Yeah.
I was the dumb one.
I was almost thrown out for.
I worked, still do work.
I should never have attacked. The
Hey, I did get
principal.
thrown out. I got thrown out.
That's right.
Smoking in the boys'
I was threatened by putting up that picture of Johnny Carson because our vice principal was mean and it looked like Johnny Carson.
Yes, he did.
And we
Fire
put it
attack.
up there, and then we put a bullet sight on. We put a scope sight on his forehead.
Oh my God.
And they didn't like that.
No.
And somebody ratted us out.
Oh, you do that today, you got kicked out. Myron Oxbox, I think, was.
Yeah. Remember Myra? Look at that picture. Does that, Phil? A fun time was he? Oh, he was doing. He was superimposing old Kodachrome slides together.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to use Kodachrome.
Yeah, that's how he would mesh them together, and then yeah.
Wow.
He was. Yeah, he tore me.
That dynamic range.
Yes, thank you, Phil, for putting it into. Don't lose this, buddy. Well, did you get any? Where's your burger?
I just wolfed it down.
What about Harrison? Can you give him a break? In fact, can we? There's a shot right there.
It's nice to meet you. Sure.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for being so well behaved. And those boys, you got to watch those two.